There is a simple truth most people ignore. Your feelings are not your master. They are a weather system passing through the landscape of your mind. Storms will come, darkness will fall, the ground will shake. This is not a sign of weakness. It is the price of being alive. But here is the secret they don't teach you. You are not the storm. You are the landscape. You are the mountain that endures the weather. This is emotional resilience. It is not about avoiding the storm. It is about learning to stand within it, unbroken, knowing the sun will eventually return. This is not a gift you are born with. It is a skill you forge, in the fires of your own adversity. Today we build that mountain. Think about the last time you were knocked down. Not physically, emotionally. A rejection that stole your breath. A failure that echoed in your silence. A loss that felt like a permanent winter. What did you do? Did you crumble? Or did you, even for a moment, plant a foot and push back? That moment, that tiny defiant spark. That is the seed of everything we will talk about. Resilience is not a roar. It is the quiet whisper that says again when everything screams never. Most people live at the mercy of their emotions. A rude email ruins their morning. A sideways glance spirals into anxiety. A minor setback becomes a prophecy of doom. They are passengers in a car with no steering wheel, hurtling down a road of reaction. You have been that passenger. I have been that passenger. It is exhausting. It drains your power. It makes you small. Emotional resilience is taking the wheel. It is the deliberate, conscious choice to respond instead of react. It is the space you create between what happens to you and what you do next. That space is where your power lives. Let's be clear. This is not about becoming numb. This is not about suppressing joy or sorrow. That is not strength. That is avoidance. True resilience means feeling everything deeply, but not being drowned by it. It means letting the wave of anger crash over you without letting it drag you out to sea. It means holding the heavy stone of grief without being crushed beneath its weight. You will feel the pain. You must feel the pain. But you will learn to carry it, not be carried away by it. It begins with a single revolutionary act: awareness. You must become a watcher of your own mind. Most people never do this. They are so tangled in the thoughts and feelings, they believe they are the thoughts and feelings. Step back. Just observe. The next time frustration heats your chest, don't just be frustrated. Notice it. Say to yourself, this is frustration. I feel it in my chest. My jaw is tight. Do not judge it. Do not fight it. Just name it. This is anxiety. It feels like a fluttering in my stomach. This simple act of naming separates you from the emotion. It creates that crucial space. You are not an angry person. You are a person experiencing anger. There is a world of difference. That difference is your foundation. Now let's talk about the stories you tell yourself, because emotions are not just feelings. They are narratives. A friend doesn't text you back. The feeling is a pang of neglect. The story you tell yourself is, they're ignoring me. I'm not important. They don't care. That story is the fuel. That story is what turns a spark into a wildfire. Resilient people challenge the story. They become detectives of their own assumptions. They didn't text back. What are 3 other possible reasons? They are busy. Their phone died. They saw it and got distracted and forgot. You must attack the catastrophic narrative. You must refuse the easiest, most painful explanation. Your mind will always offer you the worst-case scenario. Your job is to calmly, logically present the other cases. This is not naive optimism. This is strategic thinking. This is taking control of the script. Your body is not separate from your emotions. It is the instrument they play. You cannot be emotionally resilient in a body that is neglected, exhausted, and strung out on stress chemicals. This is non-negotiable. When your body is in a state of constant alarm, your mind will follow. You must regulate the physical to master the emotional. Breathe. Not just any breath. Deep, deliberate breaths that signal safety to your nervous system. In for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Out for 6. Do this 5 times. Right now as you listen. Feel the shift. That is you manually lowering the pressure. That is you taking the wheel. Sleep. You cannot outthink a sleep-deprived brain. It becomes a paranoid, negative, fragile machine. Fuel it properly. Move it daily. This is not vanity. This is the maintenance of your primary tool for resilience. A tired body breeds a vulnerable mind. Let's get practical. You will face triggers, people, situations, words that instantly pull you back into old patterns. The key is not to avoid all triggers. That is impossible. The key is to have a protocol, a pre-planned response. When your boss speaks in that condescending tone, instead of boiling over, you have a protocol. You will take one breath. You will mentally say, "This is a trigger. I choose my response." You will ask a clarifying question. "Could you elaborate on that point?" You buy time. You engage the thinking brain. You disarm the emotional landmine. Build your protocols for criticism, for rejection, for overwhelm. Write them down. Rehearse them. They are your emergency drills. When the fire alarm sounds, you don't think, you execute. Build your drills. Now, we must speak about failure, not as a concept, but as a daily grinding reality. Setbacks are not interruptions to your path. They are the path. Resilience is built in the repeated act of getting up. But here's the critical shift. You must stop personalizing failure. "I failed" is a story that kills resilience. "That attempt failed" is a fact that builds it. See the difference? One defines you. The other describes an event. Thomas Edison didn't say, "I am a failure at making a light bulb." He said, "I have found 10,000 ways that won't work." He externalized the failure. He made it data. You must become a scientist of your own life. Every setback is an experiment that yielded a result. Okay, that approach didn't work. What did I learn? What will I adjust? This turns pain into progress. It turns agony into education. Your focus is your fortress. What you dwell on expands. If you dwell on the problem grows. If you dwell on the injustice consumes you. Resilient people have a disciplined focus. They acknowledge the problem fully, and then they pivot their focus to the solution, to the next step, to the one thing they can control. When you are spiraling into worry, ask yourself this brutal question: is this within my control? If it is not, you must consciously release it. Worrying about the weather is a waste of your soul's energy. If it is within your control, ask, what is the very first, smallest action I can take? Then take it. Action is the antidote to anxiety. Movement breaks the paralysis. Focus on the action, not the fear. You are not meant to do this alone. Resilience is not a solo act of stubbornness. It is built in connection. But be careful. There's a difference between seeking support and seeking salvation. Venting to a friend to feel heard and gain perspective is support. Whining to anyone who will listen, seeking only pity and validation, is a drain. It weakens you. Build a small circle of people who are not afraid to tell you the truth. People who will listen, then ask, "So what are you going to do about it?" That is a resilient circle. That is a circle that builds fortitude, not dependency. And be that person for others. Teaching resilience strengthens your own. Cultivate gratitude, not as a fluffy feel-good exercise, but as a neurological weapon against despair. Your brain has a natural negativity bias. It is wired to look for threat. You must manually reprogram it to see the good. Every night, name 3 specific things that were not terrible. Not my family. Be specific. The way my daughter laughed at breakfast, the hot coffee I enjoyed in silence, the fact that my car started in the cold. This forces your brain to scan the day for evidence of good. It builds a mental library of positive data. When the storm hits, you can access that library. You can remember that good exists. This is not denial. This is balance. It is refusing to let the negative have the only microphone. Develop a practice of acceptance. Some things cannot be changed. Some losses are permanent. Some pains will leave a scar. Resilience is not about magically erasing these things. It is about making peace with their existence. Fighting against an unchangeable reality is like trying to hold back the tide with your bare hands. It will exhaust you and drown you. Acceptance is saying, "This is here. This is real. It hurts, and I will now decide how to live with it." Acceptance is not surrender. It is a strategic retreat to a position of power. You stop wasting energy on the fight you cannot win, and you marshal that energy for the battles you can. Find your purpose. A person with a strong why can endure almost any how. When your emotional world is in chaos, a deep sense of purpose is your North Star. It is the reason you get up. It is the cause greater than your current discomfort. What is yours? Is it providing for your family? Is it creating something beautiful? Is it leaving a legacy of kindness? Connect to it. Write it down. Place it where you can see it. When the winds of emotion howl, tether yourself to that purpose. It will hold you. Your purpose is the anchor for your resilience. Practice discomfort deliberately. You do not get stronger by only doing what is easy. You get stronger by stressing the system. Take cold showers. Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Wake up an hour earlier. Say no to something you don't want to do. In small, controlled doses, you expose yourself to stress. You teach your nervous system, I can handle this. This discomfort is temporary. I am still safe. You build your tolerance. You expand your capacity. Then, when life inevitably throws a larger discomfort at you, you are not shocked. You are prepared. You have a history of surviving small hardships. You know you can survive this one. Forgive yourself. This may be the most important step. You will have bad days. You will lose your temper. You will fall back into old patterns. You will feel weak. The voice of self-condemnation will roar. That voice is the enemy of resilience. It keeps you stuck. You must learn to speak to yourself with the firm kindness of a coach. That wasn't your best. You let the emotion take over. What did you learn? Okay, reset. Next time, you'll use your protocol. No drama. No, I'm a failure. Just observation, learning, and reset. Self-forgiveness is not letting yourself off the hook. It is cutting yourself down from the hook so you can get back in the fight. Remember your history. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far. Look back. Remember that heartbreak you thought would kill you. You are here. Remember that failure that felt like the end. You moved past it. You have a resume of resilience you forget to read. You are stronger than you think. Your past is not just a story of what happened to you. It is proof of what you have already endured. Draw strength from that evidence. You are a survivor. Act like one. Now, bring it all together. Life is not a calm sea. It is a series of waves, some small, some monstrous. Emotional resilience is your ability to sail in all conditions. It is built daily, in the quiet moments of awareness, in the disciplined choice of focus, in the brave acceptance of what is, in the small actions you take when you feel like doing nothing. You are building a fortress, brick by brick, the brick of a deep breath, the brick of a challenged thought, the brick of a grateful moment, the brick of a difficult action. No single brick seems like much, but together they create an unshakable structure. You will live within that structure. You will be safe there, not safe from pain, but safe within it. This is your work. It is the most important work you will ever do because everything you want, every relationship you desire, every goal you pursue, every dream you hold, depends on the strength of the person pursuing it. That person is you. Not a perfect you, not an unfeeling you, but a resilient you, a you that feels the storm and stands, a you that gets knocked down and gets up, a you that knows the darkness is temporary because you carry your own light. Start today, not tomorrow, today. Take one breath, challenge one story, take one small action. This is how you build the mountain. This is how you become unbreakable. The world needs your strength, not a hardened, closed-off strength, but a resilient, open-hearted strength, the kind that can face pain and still choose love, the kind that can know failure and still choose to try, the kind that can see darkness and still choose to shine. Go build that, for yourself, for those who need you, for the life you are meant to live. You are the landscape. You are the mountain. Now go and stand.